Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Synapse. Squarepants. Is that right? No, I don't think that's how the song went. Hi, it's me again. And this time I discover that the government in Bikini Bottom is a little screwy. It's all over the place, dudes.
Bikini Bottom is a populated city, which looks normal at first, but the more you dig in, the more you realize that it's being run by one fish, who's destroying the entire city for their
You
own
have a strong
selfish
mind, dear.
desires.
Yes.
Welcome
I
to
myself
the
think it's
Bikini
the right
Bottom
place at the
government
right
theory.
time.
So who's really in charge of Bikini Bottom? Surely it's the mayor, right? Well then why does Squidward talk about the president of Bikini Bottom in the episode Good Neighbors? Also, isn't King Neptune the ruler of the sea? So wouldn't that make him in charge? And in all of this,
They call
where do
themselves
Gary
a
and
queen,
Patrick
and
fit
they are
into?
most definitely
Well, let's start
crazy,
with the
but that's
mention of
fine.
the
I love their
president of
insanity.
Bikini Bottom. In the episode Good Neighbors, SpongeBob and
How can a
Patrick
king
tell
make a
Squidward
president?
that now
They are the
he's
president, but they have an administration.
President of Bikini Bottom?
Squidward, stupidly, thinks that he's
Don't know
suddenly
them
become
much,
the
they're one of
president
many
of
kings.
Bikini Bottom.
He can be so
But we
erratic and
don't see an
unpredictable that we
actual
think he has
person who's the
multiple
president,
personalities.
just a mention of them. This makes it easy to assume that the sea has other countries.
You get
that
me?
have
Squid is
presidents,
stupid
which
and
Bikini
sucks.
Bottom
Also, the
knows
ocean
about,
isn't so
but
good for
Bikini
humans.
Bottom
We must
itself
educate
doesn't
all
have
on
a
that.
president. This would mean that it's surely the mayor who's in charge of Bikini
You've got
Bottom,
me on
right?
this one.
Well, I should
There
be
are
more
many kings, I
specific in that
believe.
Bikini
I
Bottom
prefer
has
King
had more
Neptune
than
that
just
lives
one
on
mayor.
Neptune.
Between seasons 1 and 7, it's the Green Mayor.
Yes,
that we
this
all
was
know.
one of my greatest
However,
jokes
in
for
the
many
season
years.
7 episode Sponge Kano, there seems to be a new mayor known as Mr. Mayor, who's in charge of the city. After that, the Green Mayor comes back, where he stays until season 12. In the season 12 episode, the SpongeBob musical Live on Stage, we're
Mayor is
introduced
someone
to
who
a new
runs an
mayor
area,
known as
usually a
Miss
town or a
Mayor.
village.
She's still
This
the
can
mayor
also
of
be called the
Bikini
local
Bottom to
official in
this
the old
day.
days.
This constant change in mayors shows that Bikini Bottom is clearly a democratic city, which elects its mayors based on the choice of voters. But if that's the case, then how can we explain King Neptune? Because of his god status, couldn't he have a claim to the seat of power in Bikini Bottom, or even the entire sea? Well,
Bikini
the
Bottom
best way
is
to
not in my
understand the
definition, but
division
I try
of
not to
power
get too
in Bikini
technical.
Bottom
Just so
would
much
be
to
through
do
the
in life.
real-life country of the United Kingdom. They have a prime minister who would be the mayor in Bikini Bottom. But they also have a king who has no real say in what happens.
Britain and the
or
other countries of
represents
Britain
the
do
UK.
exist. Many
Similarly,
countries, I'm
King
afraid.
Neptune, being a god, doesn't have time to run individual cities. He
A
doesn't have
king.
a say as to
There
what
has not
happens,
been one
but
in
he
centuries
represents
and more,
them,
but
and
yes,
most
the
likely
titles
other
are
nations
alive.
within
The systems
seas.
are broken.
With all that out of the way, we get to the hardest and most complicated
So he did it to her
story
because she did
explain.
what?
Patrick and Gary. In the episode Rule of Dumb, we learn that Patrick and eventually Gary are both royalty. SpongeBob
Some people
himself
make more
calls
money
them
off
both
of not
king.
paying their
But
workers.
What are they the king of? Bikini Bottom? Or maybe something
No.
bigger? To figure out, let's go back in their family tree. Looking back,
She had
we
some
can
crazy
see that the
parents with her and
oldest
didn't go
ancestor
through all
to
the rights of
both them
becoming a
is
proper
King
queen?
Amoeba, who used to be the king of Bikini Bottom a long
We're
time
supposed to
ago.
be
This
neutral
would make
about
Gary
her.
the new king of Bikini Bottom. But if Bikini Bottom is a democratic city with a government, then how does it have a king? To answer that, we have
Oh,
to
okay.
go to the past. One of the few episodes from a long time ago is Dunces and Dragons.
Okay.
However, in the episode, we see that an ancestor of Mr. Krabs is
Like
the
it.
king of Bikini Bottom. Apart from that being another Krabs versus Plankton story, we learn that Krabs once used to be royalty. From Squidward's ancestor in the same episode, we learn that this was about 210 years ago, before the modern timeline.
If I never learn to play with ease, may mine own great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandson
Oh, I know
be
you're
cursed
being
tenfold.
sarcastic.
This would mean that about 210 years ago, Krabs and his ancestors used to be kings. But then why isn't Mr. Krabs a king in the modern Bikini Bottom? Well, from the family tree, we know
No,
that King Amoeba
Krabs
was
didn't.
a king 120 years ago, which is about 4 generations. This would mean that for whatever reason, the Krabs family lost their royalty status and
Maybe
King
that's just
Amoeba
what we
took
tell him he
over.
thinks it's true.
This would also explain why most of Krabs' relatives are known
They
to be
have their own
pirates in
facts
the
on his
episode
head for
Grandpappy
now.
the Pirate. So if King Amoeba took over all that time ago, then why isn't Gary regarded as the king of Bikini Bottom? Once again, it's the family tree that's going to explain everything. If we look at the generation before Patrick's parents, then we can see that they were dressed in Wild West clothing, which takes us to the episode Pest of the West. In the episode, we learn that Patrick's
His dad was wild, but so far has shown the least signs of this.
Great relative would be around roughly 90 years ago. Which is
True that
before
we
the
also
Wild
learn he's a
West, but
bully to
after
his
the
son too.
Renaissance period. Looking at their clothing, it looks to be what we would call the 1600s in our timeline. Also, if you look at the generation after King Amoeba, they look to be dressed in similar clothing. basically, this
They used to
proves
look
that
at all
the
these
Wild
ancient
West
people as
happened
monsters
before
that they didn't
episodes
fully
of
understand,
Dungeons and
yet some of us are
Dragons.
more like them now
Looking
than
at
our
the real Wild
predecessors.
West, there were no kings, only sheriffs and mayors. So
Did he
sometime
make
before the
SpongeBob
Wild
a
West
brain and
era,
then
the
gave it back
monarchy
so it
would
wouldn't
have
hurt
been
him, or did
dissolved and
SpongeBob get a
democratic
brain from
system
somewhere
would have
else?
taken place. Because of that, the king of Bikini Bottom has no real power over the city because the monarchy was dissolved. They would be similar to King Neptune, except they wouldn't be a god. Quick side note, one thing that always puzzled me in the family
king of
tree was how
Bikini Bottom
Patrick's
would know.
grandfather had Patrick's father all by himself. Doing a little research, I found out that some sea stars can actually reproduce asexually, meaning that they can basically duplicate themselves, which is pretty cool. Going back
His
to the
father
video,
being a
we
bully
now
that
know
beat
it's
up his
the
father.
mayors who are part of the democratic system and actually run the city. But then how do we explain incidents like this?
Dudes, he made me experience high tide!
They don't have the urge to be attracted to others, as with most genders.
We're gonna do this if it kills us. And one. And if
They wanted you to have this.
This is why I like Evil Nero, as well as having a girl brain which isn't
Those
as cloying.
specific cases are some of many that we've seen throughout
Everyone
the entire
does.
show. Apart from the idea that we see in the later seasons of Random Equals Funny, the show writers write these scenarios to show us more than they're letting on. The crimes are usually ignored and the episode goes on without acknowledging them ever again. In the episode Bubble Buddy kills Scooter, which is shown
They've given
and
me
then
their
ignored
approval.
so that everyone else can kill Bubble Buddy. Then in the episode
They also
Sandy's
like to
Rocket,
play
we
dress-up
learn that
games.
SpongeBob killed hundreds with Sandy's Whirlybird. It's then ignored and never comes up again, which makes it one of the greatest mysteries in the entire show. Also, in the
This
episode
isn't on
Sing a
par with
Song
most of the
Patrick,
VTubes out there.
Patrick
This
makes
is
a song
actually
which
good
the band has
content.
to play. After playing the song, the entire band dies. Once again, it's shown and then never comes up nor is mentioned again. Finally, in the episode Enemy-in-Law, Plankton ravages
That's good.
the entire
He can teach me
town
how to get
just
popular.
impress Mr. Krabs' mother. Yet again, it's shown, ignored, and then never mentioned again. In all these episodes, serious crimes are committed, ignored, and then never mentioned again.
That's
Now that
bad.
we know
What
that
the hell were they
Bikini Bottom
thinking?
is a democratic city, it raises the question of how this is even allowed in the first place. If there's a functioning government which is in charge of Bikini Bottom, then why aren't they able to control
You
what's
have made it
happening
through to
with
the
their
end of the meme
population?
bot and
The
got a
only one who could
postcard.
stop them would be the
Congratulations.
police. If we look at Bikini Bottom, the police stick out like a sore thumb.
Good job!
They usually aren't doing their job most of the time. The few times they are working, they act really stupid. Some examples include at the start of the episode,
good
Doing
work, you
Time,
deserve
we
that.
see two police officers beating a parking meter
Oh,
for no
well,
real reason.
you get it.
After seeing SpongeBob, they decide to chase him after seeing him destroy the town, but only because he doesn't have a license plate.
That guy had no front license plate. Let's get him!
During the episode Party Pooper Pants, they arrest SpongeBob for not inviting them to his party.
Why, I'm
At
sorry.
the start of the episode, SpongeBob meets the Strangler, they arrest the Strangler, and once he escapes, they don't really
Yes.
care, despite him being a huge criminal. They then don't even try to catch him until SpongeBob forces
Yes.
him into prison. At the end of the episode, Professor Squidward, they arrest Squidward for impersonating Squilliam. Apart from that last one, the cops are clearly not the smartest. While they do have their smart moments in episodes like Good Old What's His Name, Summer Job, and
And
Someone's in
Hyro
the
is the
Kitchen
main
with
star of a
Sandy,
channel of
looking
him,
at all the
and I have watched quite a
examples,
few
we
of
see
his
that as the
vids.
show goes
I
on,
quite
the
like him.
police
I am
get
surprised
smarter.
at how cute
The
and cool
police
and
act stupid
sarcastic
in
he
the
is,
season 3
and how
episode
weirdly
Doing
into
Time,
gaming he
the
is.
season 3 episode Party Pooper Pants, the season 3
And
episode
has such good
SpongeBob Meets the
vibes. I could
Strangler,
watch his vids
and the
forever.
season 2 episode No Free Rides. So why are they acting stupid at the start? Was someone controlling them to be stupid? The only one who could do that would be
And the police are
chief,
mean
because
and
he's
mean the
only
vids
one
that
who's
mean
over them
and is
gives
my
them
favorite male
orders. But
VTuber.
what about someone higher, like the police commissioner? He could be the one behind it all. But there's just one more person who's over the commissioner, who gives him orders and tells him to do whatever he wants. The mayor.
Yeah, the
of
police here are
Bikini
badass, but in a
Bottom.
bad way. Also, I am in a mood, so excuse the comments.
Like I mentioned before, there's been 3 mayors of
The
Bikini
mayor is
Bottom throughout
evil!
the entire show. The Green Mayor, who served between seasons 1 and 7.
Why did the
and then
police in
again
Bikini
between
Bottom make
seasons
no
8 and
sense?
12,
The one with
Mr.
the chicken
Mayor,
was
who's
good,
been
though.
seen just in the episode Sponge Kano, and Miss Mayor,
He is
who's
the
still
worst.
the mayor of Bikini Bottom. Knowing what we know about the police, it seems that they were stupid mainly during when the Green Mayor was serving his term. But that could be a coincidence, right? It probably is, because the police sometimes are smart when he's in charge. An example we see was in the episode Professor Squidward. The police arrest Squidward for impersonating Squilliam, which is a
Why
big
did you join
crime.
chat? You
It
didn't
seems
join
that the
any other
Green Mare
chat
had
rooms.
nothing to
You
do
didn't
with
get
this
on Discord
until
for
you
over a year.
realize that
You
that
didn't go to any
specific
Vtuber meetup
operation
thingies.
was
You're too
led by
obsessed with me to
Squilliam,
play other
who's
video
kinda
games, and I'm
smart.
basically
The
all you
Squid
do.
mean that the
Then you made it
police
a
did
year in game with
nothing to
literally
figure
no
out
social
that
life
Squidward
other
was
than making
lying.
vids.
They just
You are
ran
super
in and
obsessed.
arrested Squidward. There are other episodes like this, like in the episode The Getaway, where the police are smart when the Green Mare's in charge, but it's all a result
It
of
wasn't
someone
actually
else,
the mayor
not
was-
the police themselves. It could be the examples we've gone through, but it seems that the police act stupider whenever the Green Mare is in charge.
Oh,
Just to give
they
a
were just
couple
in the
more
law because it's a good
examples, in
idea and the
season
person we're
7
gonna commit a crime
episode,
left to
The
their own
Wreck of Mauna
devices.
Loa, the police cracked down and were able to arrest Mr. Krabs for his crimes. At the time, Mr. Mayor was in charge because it was after the episode Sponge Kano. In the season 8 episode, Mr. Krabs takes a vacation, the police are too incompetent
What?
to catch robbers.
Why
to
would
the point
anyone
where they had
arrest
to
the one
leave
who does
in
the
their
best
car.
fish
At this
fries?
time, it was the Green Mare who was in charge. In the season 7 episode, Keep Bikini Bottom Beautiful,
No!
a cop
He
kept
is like
giving
one of the only
Squidward a
really nice
ticket
people in
despite
this
it not
game.
being his
Why would you
fault.
arrest him?
What's
How would you
interesting
feel
is
if he
that
got
it was
arrested
earlier
just
than
because
the
some other
episode
mayor who made the
Sponge
city
Kano,
corrupt got rid of
meaning
him?
that the Green Mare was still in charge. One of the few times the
If we
police
went
were
back to how it was
actually
when
smart
Mr.
with the
Krabs
Green
ran the
Mare
place,
was in
the
the
citizens would
episode
be all right.
Fiasco, where they chased Plankton to get a piece of art. In the season 5 episode Goo Goo Gas, the police let Plankton run away after they arrested him. This episode happened before the Green Mare became the
Season
new
6
mayor
is
of
getting ready to
Newcastle
come out if
City,
that's what
so
you
yet
want.
again, it's under his reign. I should have probably mentioned that at one point the Green Mare was the mayor of New Kelp City in the episode Whatever Happened
What do
to
you think my name
SpongeBob,
is?
but after handing that to SpongeBob, he left and became the mayor of Bikini Bottom again. It seems that for most of the time when the Green Mare's in charge, the police are magically stupid.
Yeah.
It's clear that he might have something going on behind the scenes, which is making Bikini Bottom more unsafe.
I am the sin assistant in this chat. This chat is you talking
So,
to the
like we
world
now
about
know,
random
the
stuff.
Green Mare has something going on behind the scenes, which is somehow destroying the town. To figure out more about his character and what he's like, let's go through
Yup.
every appearance he makes to uncover what he might be doing. His very first appearance was in the episode
Why do
Doing
you hate the
Time,
mayor?
where we see him opening an unfinished bridge, which a lot of people are there to watch. A pretty obvious question is
Yes.
why he's opening a bridge that's not ready for cars. What's the point of declaring it officially open? If anything, it becomes
Does
a
the mayor
safety
open this
hazard, which
bridge?
we see when SpongeBob and the police fall down the bridge.
What do you do with
This
it?
makes us question the authority of the mayor and if he's even competent to run the town. After that, we see him in the episode The Great Snail Race, where he gives an opening speech before the games begin. There's nothing much to say about him because he basically does nothing. Then in season 5, in the episode Whatever Happened to SpongeBob,
The
he
bridge is
sees
open.
the mayor of New Kelp City. He makes SpongeBob the new mayor and retires. He probably went back to being the mayor of Bikini Bottom. After that, in the episode Porous Pockets, we see the mayor inside SpongeBob's
Are
new
there many
house
snails?
after he became rich. SpongeBob has a rich club meeting going on and the mayor is one of the people attending. The club has about 497 members who are all lent money. from
Snails have jobs
SpongeBob,
in the
which
SpongeBob world.
includes the mayor. But why is the mayor of Bikini Bottom asking
Snail have
SpongeBob
their
for
own
money?
churches too.
We see
SpongeBob has
other
over
people do
5%
it
of all the
because they're
churches in
broke,
all the
but
world.
unlike them, the mayor would not be broke because he's in
You
a
mean
high
the
position in the
snail
town.
mayor?
Him asking for money despite being well
Ah!
off shows that he might be a greedy person. Also, knowing that every person there asks SpongeBob for money, it seems that the mayor has no shame in hiding his greediness. Then in the episode Drive-Thru, the
My
mayor
snails
actually
say,
does something
is your mayor
smart
going
for
into his
once
own
and
church
asks Mr.
more than once a
Krabs
day
do
to make sure he
something
never
with the
makes bad
lines in
posts
front
and
of his
stays strong like
drive-thrus.
snail people
This
are made
time,
of?
He seems to care about the town, but this only happens after basically
Your
the
snail
entire
people allow their
town
mayor to
is
shame
waiting
himself in
line
this
to
way.
get a Krabby Patty. While he actually did something good, it seems it was too little too late. After that, in the episode Safe Deposit Crabs, the mayor declares the Bank of Bikini
Oh,
Bottom
yes.
Bank open
He was
for
good at
business.
times.
But
Ah, I
unlike the
hear he's
last
gone
time
now.
He declared something open, the bank was actually open to customers.
Is that one of my mama's
It all
favorite
seems
shows?
fine until Mr. Krabs manages to break into the vault by accident. Not only
Now
is
you've
it
done
the
it.
fault of the police that he's in there, but
Don't
also
rob
he's
banks.
able to stay the entire night before they even notice him in there, which all happens because of SpongeBob. Yet again, the police acted brain dead when the Green Mare was in charge.
Not a lot to do
And this
around
time,
here
he
except
was
robbing
even
banks.
connected
Let
to
me
the
show
crime
you
that
around, and
happened.
then you'll see we
Then
have a
in the
bank.
episode Food
You'll
Con
enjoy robbing
Castaways,
this.
The Green Mare isn't even the mayor, but instead a food judge. He
Just
somehow
chill.
doesn't
I was
recognize
never
SpongeBob,
arrested.
Mr.
Hello, we'll never
Krabs, or
catch you, so
even
let's not
Krabby
keep this up.
Patty, despite knowing them all from before. He doesn't really do anything that could be bad.
I didn't
so
make make a stupid joke just to call your brain dead. I am calling you dumb, which you are. But that is irrelevant to the current conversation.
Are both eaten by Plankton's robot. It seems that it's Miss Mayor who's in charge of the town, which shows that the Green Mayor wasn't the only bad mayor Bikini Bottom had. With all that, we see that the Green Mayor is incompetent and greedy, two attributes
I believe
which
so,
don't
yes, it
make a
eats
good
people.
leader. We see his incompetence in episodes like Doing Time and Safe Deposit Crabs. We also see his greediness in the episode Porous Pockets. Because of how incompetent
Stupid police with stupid blue car with blue car-shaped things. How smart is this guy?
It worse, because he would destroy the town for a quick buck. But to truly test his greediness, we have to see if he's doing anything else which could earn him some money at
So
the
greedy,
expense
ass
of the
mayor
town.
from the SpongeBob series. He's quite the
To
character
test
in
his
some
greediness,
respects.
we have to look at the two most dangerous and rich people in the entire show, Mr. Krabs and Plankton, specifically their prison records. If they appear too suspicious, then we know that the mayor is messing with them for money. Let's start off with Mr. Krabs. Like various main characters in
Is
the
it
show,
true?
Mr. Krabs has a prison record. From his record, we can see if the mayor is letting him off easier. He gets arrested at the end of the episode The Smoking Peanut. Considering the crime was big,
What
we know that he
does?
was arrested, but we don't actually know when he was let go. Then he avoids prison in the episode The
Yikes,
Krusty
sounds like a
Sponge,
real
when he
bigamist.
convinces the
Anyone know
warden
Mr.
to ride the
Krabs?
train as much as he wants. After that,
Was
he
Mr.
avoids
Krabs let
prison
go?
in the episode The Patty Caper. He puts the blame on SpongeBob, but the police catch him. He's forced to give away free Krabby Patties, which is a worse crime for him than jail. He gets arrested in the episode The Wreck of the Mauna Loa for running a dangerous amusement
SpongeBob
park.
isn't cruel, he
We
just
don't know
tries
how
to make
long
others
he
happy,
served for
but
his
Mr.
crimes.
Krabs gets
He
jealous.
arrested
Jealous
in
people
the
do cruel
episode The
things,
Krusty
as you already
Slammer
know, of
for
course.
letting prisoners leave before their sentences were over.
Who
We
says
don't
this
know
is
when
free
he's
food?
let go.
It's from
It
Mr.
seems that
Krabs?
most of the time, Krabs is forced to do his time in jail for the crimes he commits. He's only been able to escape punishment once when he lets the judge ride the SpongeBob train. This would mean that the mayor hasn't been pulling any special favors for Krabs, and so at least for Krabs, he isn't destroying the town for money. Now let's look at Plankton's record, which is
A
more
friend sent a
interesting
message
because
through
he's
the
been to
Matrix,
jail
you know?
more times
Sponge
than
Train is
Krabs.
very fun,
In
easy.
the episode Goo Goo Gas, Plankton gets arrested and escapes just a few seconds later.
Oh
in
yeah,
front of the
Plankton. I
police
forgot to say
arresting
Plankton's
him.
records,
It
which we have
seems
now
that
in
the
this system
cops
as well,
don't take
but there's
Plankton
lots
too
more.
seriously, but to neglect someone you're arresting is beyond stupid. But this is surely just a one-off, right? Then he gets arrested and escapes prison in the episode Krabby Road. They also reveal
You
that
and your
Plankton is the
imagination,
most
my good
dangerous
friend.
criminal in
Yes,
town.
indeed. He could do some time now. He is in your country.
He's too dangerous to let him around the other inmates.
He could do
Which
some
makes the
time
last
now. He is in your
example even
country.
worse. It doesn't make this one any better because he's able to escape very easily.
Who
Despite
guards
his cell
Plankton?
being separated
Who is a
from
fan of him?
everyone else,
No, I did
there's
say
no
handcuffs
guards
on him.
guarding the cell to make sure he doesn't escape.
No,
At the end
I
of the
said
episode,
handcuffs
he
on
does
him.
get arrested again and is put into a different jail, but it won't be surprising if he escapes that as well, considering how little the guards care for what they call the most
Oh,
dangerous
yes, the
prisoner
great
in
planking
entire
thing.
city.
Perhaps
gets
he would take to
arrested
the
at the
ocean
end
and
of the
think of
episode,
something new.
Sweet and sour squid. However, unlike any other time, this time he was
Put him in the safe. You said
let
yes to
go
that, did you
after
not?
hearing his
He would
name.
rather be put
He
into
gets
the deep
arrested
freeze.
At the end of the episode Fiasco, after being chased by the police the entire episode, he's made to be kept in prison specifically because of Mr. Krabs. It's one of the few times Plankton isn't shown to escape before his sentence is over. In the episode Jailbreak, we see exactly how Plankton escapes jail. From the episode, we see that Plankton is treated as just another prisoner, even though
You
the
are
police consider
Jailbreak.
Plankton to be a huge threat, which is very suspicious. Then in the episode The Krusty Slammer, Plankton gets arrested, but since the jail is full, he's let go. Once again, the most dangerous
What is
person in
sassy?
Bikini Bottom is let free because there's no space. But that's not even the worst part. As the episode goes on, Mr. Krabs decides to take the prisoners into the Krusty Krab for a ton of money, including Plankton. But just after 2 days in
Plankton
jail,
in a jar?
which is just
That
Mr.
was you?
Krabs' office with the formula outside the safe,
Oh.
Plankton is released for trying to steal the formula. Once again, the most dangerous criminal is released in just 2 days. But maybe that's
Plankton
the
in
amount
the
of time
jars.
he
There was
serves
this.
every time, right? Well, in the episode Jailbreak, Karen brings a cake for Plankton with the amount of time Plankton's been in jail for. Maybe the tally's just for aesthetics, but Karen
That would have
usually
made you
never
feel
visits
safe as a
Plankton
child,
when he gets
to not have
arrested.
the worry
So
of being
this
planked
time
on
it
by these
shows that
vicious little
maybe he's
jellyfish
been in there for a
creatures.
lot
I
longer
don't think
than
I'm
2
sure what is
days.
plankton, but they had
Also,
this annoying
if his sentence
catchphrase.
ended after
You
just
might have
2
heard of
days
them.
every
Hello,
time,
hoy,
then
hoy.
why would he even bother to escape? This time
Yes,
was
but he loves to
different.
fish.
Another episode to talk about is the episode Enemy-in-Law, where he takes a lot of fish hostage and destroys the town, but doesn't even go to jail for it. So to recap, Plankton has been arrested.
He was
and
in that
able to
movie
escape
called
nearly
Megamind.
every time. He's barely guarded despite being considered the most dangerous prisoner, and is let go way earlier than we see him in previous episodes when he's guarded by Mr. Krabs. But do you know what the craziest part is? All of these examples, every time Plankton has easily escaped from jail, it's been the Green Mayor who's in charge of Bikini Bottom. Even the
Oh
episode
yes,
The Krusty
prisoner of a
Slimer,
crab
which is
creature.
from season
That
12,
might have made
happened
him
before the new mayor
planktonish
came
somehow,
to
but I don't
power.
think he
It
loves
seems that the
fishing.
Green Mayor
That
is doing
movie is
some
way more
shady work
mature,
to let
more
Plankton
full
out of
on.
jail every
And when
time
he
he
eats a
gets put
plankton
in.
fish thing,
Because we know that
and
the
he does it
mayor
on
is
top of a
greedy,
robot,
it's pretty obvious
the
that he's
prison,
doing it for the
the
money.
plankton.
This is mutually beneficial because the mayor gets money. and
Plankton
Plankton
did.
Gets out early
What was your
so he
first
can try to
impression?
steal the formula again. But how does the mayor let
Not the
Plankton
man.
out each time? Wouldn't people get suspicious? From all the episodes, it seems that some of the police see Plankton as a threat, while others don't care. It would mean that
The
not all
Green Mayor
police
is
are in
okay.
on Plankton's
He is a busy
scheme
man,
to
though.
escape every time easily. So how does the mayor do all this? Well, knowing he's the mayor, there's one final connection. he
There is one of the
has
cops
that
in the
helps him
film,
let Plankton
I
out
think.
every time. This is the police commissioner. in
And then the
Bikini
police
Bottom.
arrest me
He's above
again!
the chief of police as well as the warden. His only boss is the mayor himself.
You don't
Looking
believe
at
in
the
law, do you?
commissioner, He looks an awful lot like the mayor himself. They're both green, they both wear top hats, and they both wear fancy looking clothing. The commissioner has only been mentioned twice in the entire show. We hear in the episode
No, but you look
Shuffleboarding
like you
that
might
the
be
police
related to me.
commissioner asked for Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy to appear as celebrity guests for some event. After that, we see him in the episode What's Eating Patrick, where he gives out the prize for the Krabby Patty eating contest. From what we can tell, he seems to pride his position as he has a sash with Commissioner written
I'm
on
sure
it.
their father
Because
is
of their
very proud.
similarities, the commissioner and the mayor could be related or know each other in some way. This is probably how the mayor is able to let Plankton out each time. After Plankton's arrest, the commissioner makes sure Plankton is let go, and because he's so powerful, they let him go. The
She was
mayor of
born with
Bikini
brain cancer
Bottom
and
is
she
an
has a rare
incompetent
mutation on
mayor
her
who's unfit to run the
MC2G23
city.
that has
We
only
see
been
him opening
documented a
unfinished
handful of
bridges,
times. It
taking
gave her a
money
special
from his own
gift.
citizens to feed his greed, and projects like the bank he's part of get broken into quite easily. Because of his incompetence, we see why the jail is so full at the end of his time as mayor.
I'd
He's run
rather
the
not
town
say.
so low that people need to commit crimes just to get
She is
by.
the best
But
thing
they
to
all
happen to
pale
that city in
comparison to
years.
letting out one of the most dangerous people out of prison. The mayor has essentially
There is
left
no
the
one who
city
cares
die
enough to
while
fix
he
things.
makes money
There
off
isn't
of
a soul
them.
who even wants to try. It's an endless loop that has been repeating for the past few years and years. It's a cruel reality. That was interesting. Well, watch the original and remember, I'm ready. Bye-bye.